We're too football focused.
Oh, he said it.
I said the thing and I hit my mic at the same time.
Yeah, it was for punctuation. You know?
Football focused.
Whenever we do our weekly roundup.
That's
But I don't know, guys. What do you think? How will this affect LeBron's legacy?
Ooh, there's no more legacy to tell after this. Just hang it up, man. Good morning, and welcome to your favorite variety news show, bringing you the latest and, in our opinion, the greatest news for your eardrums. I'm your host, Anthony, with Showbiz Spotlight, and with me today
is Dustin with the unemployment update. If you have a job, just stop listening.
and Steven as the game guru.
Now, before we continue with this episode, we got to address two things. One,
Okay.
it's week 2 without Vincent.
Yes.
It is.
We're hoping that he'll be here next week, but he's dealing with some health issues. We're wishing him the best, hoping for a speedy recovery. But hopefully you're back 100%.
Yeah, no, absolutely. As we said last week, thoughts and prayers go out to him and to his family during these trying times. You got anything to add, Steven?
I'm just hoping he'll be all right, and when he's here, he'll be acting like a dog on this. But thoughts and prayers, though, and the serious note, thoughts and prayers, though, for him.
The other thing I wanted to address, not as serious, I think it might be the first time I've ever managed to get the our little intro blurb out.
Yeah.
And I've noticed we don't mention who we are. Has that always been the case?
I thought we just did. Oh, you mean the name of the show?
Like the name of the show. Have we ever? Because that's how we started, right? It's good morning and welcome to your favorite variety news show, bringing you the latest and greatest news. In our opinion, the latest and greatest news for your eardrums.
Yeah,
I'm blah 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 blah. But we never mentioned that we're the Weekly Roundup.
Bro.
No. Yeah, we never.
I've seen all of 3 and we realized this, but you're 100% right. This needs to be addressed.
I mean, can we address it? We're 3 seasons into this.
We
show.
can address it. It's the sunk cost fallacy if we keep doing it.
So that's got to be the topic of our next meeting. when Vincent gets out, and we're ready to start the show, all 4 of us together, we got to address the fact that people listening in don't know who we are.
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome to the Weekly Roundup, your favorite variety news show.
Bringing you it's so easy to slip it in there, right?
Yeah. It is.
So, okay, what are you guys talking about this? No, hold on. How are you guys doing this week?
It's been an interesting week for me. Some ups, some downs, some close calls, some bad decisions. So, all in all, pretty normal.
Okay, so you know what? What does that mean? You know what?
All right.
Well, I can tell you about one bad decision that I made. I ate an entire jalapeno last night.
Just a jalapeno?
Like a carrot.
You just raw dogged a jalapeno?
I did. I don't know what I was thinking.
Did you enjoy it?
Kind of.
I was gonna say, I like jalapeno. I mean, I don't think I've ever bit into a jalapeno, but I like jalapeno on things.
I was dipping it in sour cream.
Oh, so you were doing a reverse, well, not really a reversal like jalapeno popper?
That's what my roommate said too, yeah. It's like a deconstructed jalapeno popper.
But it's not sour cream that goes in a popper, right? It's cream cheese.
It's
pretty close.
Didn't have any.
Oh, you didn't have
He straight up raw dog that.
These trying times, I tell you.
Cream cheese in this economy?
Oh, good.
How was your week, Steven?
Good. Always positive vibes. Just same old, same old.
Okay. We like a same old, same old. I'm kind of in the same boat.
Well, I'm gonna pass it over to you. How was your week?
Pretty same old, same old. I mean,
suck.
That's true. I've been busy, all right. But I'm working. I've been. I mean, the working man. I'm sorry. Cover your ears.
Oh, yeah. Anthony.
Blasphemy.
Post-production
Anthony, editor Anthony, can you please censor
Put trigger word.
I work.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, I'm working and then I'm doing like my math. We're still students, by the way. Yes. I'm doing my math on the side too. That eats up most of my day.
Oh my gosh, don't even remind me about that. That's another trigger word for me, actually.
I got like a week left, and I'll be finally done with that course. But other than that's all I've been doing so far. Unfortunately, we haven't been gaming either, which is a topic.
That's true.
We haven't been gaming.
I've been busy also. I have math going on. I had I had a whole personal side quest I was taking part in for the last couple of weeks, which really took a lot of my time.
Oh, is this what we talked about?
Yeah, we talked about it off air. I don't know if I think it's all said and done now, so I probably could get into it on air, but I think probably not.
That's a you decision, I guess.
Yeah, I think I probably should. But sufficient to say, if I had made some different life choices, I would have been a very good detective.
It is what I'm talking about.
If you're listening, Florida Highway Patrol, I hear you guys can't get enough people, so give me a call. I'm sure we can work something out.
My number is.
Oh yeah, what's the call-in number?
Oh, there we go.
See, the call-in number that I don't think.
It doesn't 100% work.
But anyway, who were you shouting out?
California Highway Patrol. If you want to give me a call here in the studio at 813-324-1048, I'm sure we can work something out. I'd be happy to work for less than what you're paying your guys now.
My people will be in touch with your people.
Yeah.
I'm in it for the love of the game.
Speaking of game, our first segment's supposed to be football focus.
Yeah, what's our plan there?
Do we just skip it this week?
I'm feeling a light skip. A light skip.
Just go into gaming news? Are you prepared, Steven, to go into gaming news after the break?
I got my stuff ready to go.
That's the sound of a confident man right there.
If they want to hear what gaming's cooking early,
don't get ahead of yourself. I don't know the levels yet. Hold on, we're about to get to your segment, but I guess we'll go to a song break now.
Should we go into a song break now? Is that gonna affect our timetables? No, I guess we should do it now anyway.
Yeah. Now here's the best part. Do I know how to do this? So if I do this right, we should be listening to "Drive" by Incubus.
Oh.
So stay tuned for that. 1 second. I gotta remember which buttons I gotta press.
The yellow one.
That's the yellow one. Hello. Okay. When we come back, Game Guru. You guys enjoy Incubus? I know I did. Vincent's out there somewhere. He's very close to Incubus. We're the Weekly Roundup. We're the Weekly Roundup, by the way. He's a stagehand.
Oh yeah.
He did an Incubus concert.
Okay. That was like some kind of pun or something.
Oh no, the transitions are better. Vincent knows how to do it better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we're the Weekly Roundup. Hello.
We are.
And
Where can you find us? That's my question.
Does anybody know?
Well, it used to be Hawk Radio at Primo Stream, but I think it's hawkradio.com.
.com now.
Or hcchawkradio.com.
You know what? Just try all those.
Yeah.
All those and
hop on your favorite browser. I hope it's not Internet Explorer, and just punch in all that, and eventually you'll find us.
Yeah.
Find us on YouTube. It's in the description.
At the Weekly Roundup _1.
At the Weekly Roundup _1. In the bottom of the description, after that blurb of what we're going to talk about at the bottom, it says catch us at whatever it might be.
Well, there you go. You're probably already watching this on YouTube, so go ahead, hit that link now, listen to us live.
Hello. Yeah, hello. Steven. I'll cut back to Steven. He did this. I'll cut back to Steven. We kind of have to now. Speaking of Steven, it's skipping over football focus.
Yes.
It's now time for the Game Guru.
Bong.
Oh, boy.
I saw something
Get ready,
cooking.
get ready.
Whenever you're ready, man.
I smell something cooking. You ready? This man's ready. Y'all ready? Can you smell what gaming? Big cooking, ladies and gentlemen. We're back another session.
Why'd you say it like that? It's gonna be a good
I'm
one.
looking dead in the camera right here,
It's gonna be a
boys.
good one.
All right.
I'm excited. What is it cooking?
All right, last week I talked about a bit of Summer Game Fest a little bit, like just little hints, all that. I'm talking about 3 titles that were announced at least that you should keep your eye on, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I repeat on twice.
This guy, he turns into the greatest showman.
It's almost like he's a content creator.
It's not like I've been doing Twitch for almost 5 years.
Oh. Right, he reacts to our show now. I hear.
Well, never the good segments, though. So I'm never quite sure what's going on with that.
Go ahead, Steve.
All right. Like I said, Summer Game Fest, like long ago, a little recap. Summer Game Fest happened. They announced some new titles. I got them right here. One of them if y'all are a fan of the Resident Evil series, introducing Resident Evil Requiem, that was supposed to be called Resident Evil 9, is a continuation of, I think, Village, if I'm correct. This game features a new protagonist, an FBI agent, and taking place in a mysterious hotel.
Ooh.
The game will be launching at February 27, 2026.
Were you guys big Resident Evil fans?
Not really.
No?
It's
I played a couple of the games. They're good.
Honestly, I don't think I ever played them, but I've seen people play them. Like, I remember watching, like, my brother play Resident Evil on the computer. And then I've seen, like clips of people playing it online. You know, bring Leon Kennedy back. What's he doing? What was the last game he was in? Like 6, I think.
I think so. I'm not so sure at this point.
But you said it might be a continuation of Village.
Yes.
Do you know if, like, 7, 8, and now I guess 9, are they supposed to be a story?
In a way, like Resident Evil, Bioshock, Resident Evil Village, and this one. Well, unless you want to count the DLC of Rose.
Of course there is.
Of Rose. That is a continuation of Village. And this one, all 4 of them should be, in a way, a continuation in a way of the main story, because it's just every Resident Evil is just either a new virus or now a fungus.
It's a fungus. Oh,
yeah. That was the whole gimmick of Resident Evil, Bioshock, and Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village takes place where the fungus took place.
Okay. Stealing a page from The Last of Us. All right, I see you, Capcom. I see you.
Which one's the one with the tall lady?
That is,
Village.
I guess I like that one. I didn't play it, but I've seen that part.
I know what you're talking about. The tall lady and her 3 daughters. I know that part. Someone modded the game where they have like a fly swatter or something, and they're just like smacking.
God, bro. I know Markiplier was one of those YouTubers that did it.
Markiplier's still kicking out there.
Yeah.
Good guy, Markiplier. So you said you played. I mean, what was the last Resident Evil game you played?
Was Bioshock.
Bioshock?
Yeah.
Okay.
After that, I didn't got Village.
Did you not like Bioshock?
I enjoyed it. It was a little interesting of a first person POV.
It's different, right? I think it's the first one with that. No, it's definitely not the first one, but I feel like it's the first one in that kind of style, right? Where you can't really do anything.
Yeah.
It's like PT.
No.
Or in a sense where like for most of the game you can only just like run away.
No, you can shoot back. You can fight back.
You can, but I don't think you can do that initially. I could be wrong.
In almost all of them you can just fight back. The only difference, you just gotta back off, because once they cling you, you're dead.
No, but that's what I'm. Okay, again, I could be wrong. I think this game is different because there was a huge jump, I think, between 6 and 7. I think 7 was supposed to be this like new style of play. But I don't know. I might be wrong too. I could be wrong. I'm thinking like the Assassin's Creed situation where like Origins was the first one to go like more RPG.
Yeah.
I feel like Bioshock was supposed to be a new
It wasn't
style of Resident Evil, but I'm blanking on what exactly it was supposed to be.
Well, unless you want to kind of like for the new inventory, the new being first person shooter.
Oh, that was the thing with the Resident Evil inventory, right? You had like a suitcase and you had to fit the
you have to like rotate items and stack them in there.
And like I remember seeing a picture of what the optimal thing is, and it's like the shotgun's in the middle but diagonal, and then you've got everything. It's so it's so weird, but it's the best way
it's like
to
if
fit
you're playing
most of the items
Tetris with guns. That's really how you can describe it. If you're playing Tetris with guns. This one, we talked about Souls-like. Y'all heard of Souls-like games, right? Like that.
Is it a game like Dark Souls?
Yes. Yeah. This one is a DLC of a a popular one called Lies of P.
Oh, I heard of this.
I've been trying to get on Steam, but I was not lucky. So, this one is a DLC called Lies of P Overture. Is a new area, new map of taking place of Lies of P. You know what Lies of P is? It's a Dark Souls-like game. that you are portraying as Pinocchio.
Is it really Pinocchio? Like the Pinocchio?
Yeah, the Pinocchio.
Okay. I did not know that. Man, Pinocchio's going through it.
With a
Liza Pinocchio.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because it's spelled P-I.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, so you're Pinocchio the whole time?
Yeah, you're Pinocchio the whole time.
Can you lie
facing
to
all...
make your nose bigger?
No.
That's your weapon. You lie
Yeah,
a bit and you snap the nose off.
There is lying. There is lying, but that affects what you do throughout the bosses. So if you lie too much, a boss is gonna get broken.
Oh, the boss disliked that. The boss enjoyed that. Okay.
Mostly that's one of like the gimmick of the game. Like if you tell honestly, something good's gonna happen. If you lie, something bad's gonna happen.
Oh,
So it's like the opposite of life.
Yeah.
Lies of P. Okay.
And this DLC, is available already now. Literally the same day when Summer Game Fest was starting, this was dropped at the same exact day when they announced it. It's available now currently if you guys want to go get it on Steam, on all other platforms. I've seen some gameplay already of the new bosses, new mechanics, and it's really worth it.
And be sure to use code ROUNDUP at checkout for 10% off.
And we settled on Roundup as our creator code. So I might have missed it. So you haven't played Lies of P?
No.
But you want to play it. You said you wanted to get it on Steam?
Yes.
Okay. But you don't have it yet?
No.
Okay.
But I've seen gameplay. I've seen a lot of streamers playing it, dude. The gameplay is crazy.
Have you played any Souls-like games? I feel like we're rehashing an old conversation, but have you played any
That's all we do.
any Souls-like games?
No, sadly no.
So what's attracting you to this one?
I always liked Dark Souls. I never played it, but I always got my attention on Souls-like games in general. It's just the difficulty. For me, my Souls-like game is, for me, it feels like Moss Hunter because the difficulty is there.
Oh, okay.
The difficulty is there. You're dodging a lot. That's what you kind of do a lot in Dark Souls. You're dodging a lot.
That is true.
And pray to God you don't get hit once. If you get hit once, well, game, you gotta get mad for the rest of your life.
They stun lock you and it's over.
Yep.
Hit you with those Street Fighter combos.
Man, we were playing Mortal Kombat recently.
Oh yeah.
And just absolutely
low kick. That's true. Those were my first introduction to Madden. That was a fun time.
Well, you act like that, but you beat everybody in Madden, so
You can't come up with a strategy to counter me if I don't have a strategy myself to begin with.
that's true.
I don't know what I'm just lobbing the ball.
You know,
You're just giving the Hail Mary right there.
exactly. That's my strategy. Always throw Hail Mary and always run a blitz defense.
That is true. But he wasn't playing, and I took over. He kept whispering in my ear to find the Hail Mary.
Yeah, and Hail Mary.
Did we get a single Hail Mary off in the session? I don't think so.
Yes, one of them worked for me.
One of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm impressed on that.
You got any other games or no?
One more.
He has a third.
Ooh.
Have you guys by chance heard of Sea of Thieves?
Yes.
By chance?
I've actually played that once or twice.
Alright, this is a space version of this called Wild Gate. It's a space farming PvP, PvE, multiplayer-like game. Instead of having a ship, like how you have a spaceship, you gotta repair it, you gotta collect artifacts, and go through a gate, and it's called Wild Gate. The game is right now on a free demo. I played it a little bit.
It's my favorite kind of cost free.
It's the only kind I buy.
And it is fun.
Shout out the unemployed. I did like this, and the camera's over there. Shout out the unemployed.
Shout out to the unemployed.
We'll get to your segment in a bit.
The important part of the show.
I'm sorry, continue.
No, but that's literally really it for like Wildgate. It's just Sea of Thieves, but in space. There's a lot of good movement on it, good characters, and at least again, like I played it a little bit, it's fun, unless you're willing to get reapered on accident multiple times or get shot.
What does that mean?
In Sea of Thieves, there are a group of people, always a big group of people that represent like griefing.
Okay.
And it's called Reapers. They're just there to kill you. They don't care about your loot. They don't care about nothing. They just want to kill you. That's it.
Are those
Are you
players?
saying, hold on. Am I being Are you saying reefers or griefers?
Reapers.
Reapers. Oh, I was wrong in both cases. I know griefers in a game. That sounds like what griefers do, but are these? Yeah, I think you were going to ask. Are these like NPCs in the game, or are these just players?
People.
Oh, okay.
Actual people.
Oh, okay.
Actual people just doing that. That's.
I mean, that's the fun way to play the game.
Not really.
No?
Not really.
Well, I mean, I never played Sea. I know you're not talking about Sea of Thieves, but I never played Sea of Thieves. But I feel like that game. A lot of people role played a lot in that game. Like you'd act like you're a pirate, right? Like that you would like you'd board ships and do all that.
Yeah, plunder all that stuff. But these people don't role play. These people don't do none of that stuff. They just see a ship near. The closest ship they see, they're gonna go after you until you're dead many times.
That's it's a PvP game. You gotta get
That's
out
true.
there and kill some players.
Yeah, but not stealing their loot. At that point, you just ruin the purpose of the PvP part because of the PvE as well.
I'd be more pissed if they stole my loot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
But you're saying they don't steal the loot; they just kill the player.
Yeah, they just kill the player non-stop.
I mean, I can see how that could be annoying after a while, but no. Load into a new server.
Yeah, right.
No, the thing is, there's always gonna be like Reapers.
All right, I'm trying to play. I'm trying to support the Reapers here. You're not giving me much here. I'm sorry. Maybe go open a window. I don't know. But let some sunlight in, man. I don't know.
And I already did. I just bashed my head on it. But yeah, that's in a way. Wallgate is in a way. At least so far, there's no Reaper. There's no. It is still good. I love the. At least this is my favorite part. The way, the movement, like I said, there's no such thing as up and down, left and right, because again, you're in space. There's no surface of gravity there. So they really did a good job on it. It does get you dizzy a little bit.
Ooh. Oh, I bet. Ooh.
I got dizzy twice. I had to stop playing for a moment.
But I say, in an era where most people, I think, get rid of motion blur, is this game gonna? How many people are gonna be able to play this game?
Don't know because. I don't know. I know it got to 100,000 for the free demo right now. So
is that good?
I think it's
good.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
I've never looked at the metrics of a video game. Yeah. It's just if I like it or not.
So don't know how they're gonna add that in. I don't know. I hope they do because if not, Jesus, I ain't gonna touch that game for now.
Wait, have you touched it? Have you played it?
Yes, the free demo.
I swear I'm listening.
the free demo. Like I said, so.
Okay.
But I think that's it for Game Guru. For the Game Guru, again, this Wildgate drops on July 22nd, 2025. I don't know if I mentioned it, but yeah, it dropped in July 22nd, 2025. Resident Evil dropped February 27. I almost said something wrong. 2026 and Liza P DLC dropped now. Go at least if you do like Souls-like games, go check out. Excuse me. Liza P again is available. Anyone can get it from any platform. Even heck, you can get it on your iPad apparently.
Ooh. Can I get it on Switch too yet?
No.
You got the Switch 2 in there somehow. So that's all you got, Steven?
That's all I got.
All right, that was gaming news with the Game Guru himself. When we come back, we'll get an unemployment update.
Yeah, we're going to get something.
But first, here is a Steven recommendation song. I'm going to butcher all of this. Ni Now.
Ni Now. But
hey,
you did good. It's not like compared to me for the first time. I said it's so bad that I question myself like, Jesus.
There we go. I hear it's a banger, so take a listen. See you in a minute. And we're back. What a banger of a song that was. Thank you, Steven. And it is now time for unemployment update with Dustin over here. What you got?
Well, first I said it at the top of the show, but I got to say it again. You can find us on Hawk Radio at Primo Stream, maybe hawkradio.com. Who knows what's happening these days, but try all of those and you'll get something. And, if you have time to type those things in, you probably aren't at work, so that's good. But if you are at work, plug your ears, turn your radio off. If you're in a car and you're driving to work and the radio's on, just hop out of the car, drive it off a bridge.
If you're currently at lunch at your job.
If you're currently at lunch,
What you
I
eating?
think listen and then quit after lunch.
What are you eating? Let us know.
Let us know if you're eating one of those overpriced wraps from the school vending machines. Call in.
Have you considered a jalapeno with sour cream?
Have you ever considered eating an entire jalapeno? The fun part about that is they don't start off that spicy because all the seeds are up at the top. So you get about halfway through and you're like, this is nothing. And then next thing you know, you feel like you just ate the sun. But you know what I do every week? I bring you unimportant news for the unemployed. And speaking of unimportant news, this isn't even news, I think, because Stephen A. Smith has finally came out and admitted
What did he admit?
that he doesn't like LeBron James. I mean, we've been knowing this. We've been knowing this. You guys have been beefing for like months and months.
Next thing you're gonna tell me he's not the biggest Dallas Cowboys fan.
Yeah, he's got a whole statement. He says, "I don't like him, and he don't like me."
What? Do you know what prompted this?
It looks like he was just talking to NBA Central or something, and he just it was a Rolling Stone interview.
Of course.
Oh my God!
He said, "I don't like him, and he doesn't like me." He's one of the greatest players who've ever lived.
Okay.
I'm gonna show him that respect, and I'm gonna cover him objectively. When he does great, I'm gonna applaud. When he doesn't do great, I'm not gonna applaud.
Oh, okay.
He hid behind his son, tried to make something out of nothing, as if I was dogging his son, which I was not. The real issue was we didn't like each other, and he used that as an excuse to confront me. I got it. Now, keep in mind, Stephen A. Smith still considering a, hold on, I have to do the math here, 2028 presidential run, and judging off of these, overly emotional Twitter posts, he might just get the job.
There's a few twists and turns in there. But this isn't surprising because I know that announcers and analysts are supposed to be kind of unbiased, but I feel like Stephen A. Smith made a name for himself because he's so open about what he likes and what he dislikes.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what people like about him.
Yeah.
It's fine to be unbiased, especially if you're in media. But I don't know. I think people respond well if they know. They kind of know what your biases are, and they're like, I agree with this guy or I don't agree with him. But at least he's real. He's not just the guy just saying, "Oh, this is the facts, okay." Like I like a little opinion in my coverage. Is what I'm saying.
He also sometimes doesn't take himself seriously. I know sometimes he takes questions from like Twitter and stuff like that. And I remember I saw a pretty old clip, where somebody asked him if he thought that Lightning McQueen from Cars was like the greatest. Was like the GOAT.
He's like, you can't even talk about him being the GOAT because he has the same number of piston cups as this guy.
But the way he says, he's like, the piston cups. Like you're supposed to know. Shout out Stephen A.
Shout out Stephen A. Smith. Call into the show.
A Stephen v. Stephen showdown here on Rock Radio.
Christ.
Yeah, what does Stephen A. Cuadrado think about LeBron?
You upset they didn't make it to the playoffs?
I don't even watch basketball, so.
They're in the finals right now. I learned that yesterday.
Oh yeah, I know. Of course, the finals were yesterday. Absolutely.
one of the games was yesterday.
One of the games.
It's a best of series. It's not just one game. We're too football focused.
Oh, he said it.
I said the thing and I hit my mic at the same time.
Yeah, it was for punctuation.
Football focused.
Whenever we do our weekly roundup.
That's.
But I don't know, guys. What do you think? How will this affect LeBron's legacy?
Ooh, there's no more legacy to tell after this. Just hang it up, man.
I'm just sort of thinking outside the box a little bit here, but this could tee us up for some pretty interesting stuff. I mean, if Stephen A. Smith were to become the next president, what's stopping LeBron from going to a Canada or to maybe to an Iran and becoming the leader there, and then we'll really have like a war between these guys. I think that could be a pretty interesting outcome.
I like your idea. My initial thought was, what if he took Stephen A. Smith's job and he became the analyst?
Hey, that could be interesting too. Hey, what if they ran against each other?
Oh, that's still possible.
Damn,
LeBron,
that's a tough one. What?
LeBron James, your people, get in touch with our people.
Yeah, yeah. I think Colin. I think we can.
Colin.
I think we can at least do a little bit of grassroots organizing for your presidential campaign. We've got a lot of support. We've got about 12 subscribers now. One of them, at least one viewer that's from the state hospital. So, I think considering how crazy this plan is, I think that it just might be the right course of action.
Considering we're down our host, it might be 2.
And then I'm kind of circling back to a story I talked about last week because there's a small update. We talked about R. Kelly and his recent
Oh my God!
Well, now he overdosed while he was in jail too.
I did see this.
He's trying his best to get house arrest.
Is that the way to do it?
I don't think so. I think that's how you get put in solitary or something, right?
Yeah, that's not the way to do that.
Yeah.
Also, was it? Because. Now, this is me being uninformed. Does house arrest fall under like parole?
I don't
know if you know.
Well, it can, but I think it can. You can serve your entire sentence in house arrest too under certain circumstances.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I mean, he's put away for basically life, right?
Yeah.
Can he get house arrest?
Well, I think that there might be like some like legal precedence for him to do so. But what do you guys think about this? I don't think that millionaire celebrities should get house arrest under any circumstances because I hereby sentence you to live in a mansion and get DoorDash. Like, it's not a punishment at all anymore.
Yeah, it's just their daily life.
Yeah, I mean, put me under house arrest, it'd probably be worse than prison. I couldn't even afford all that DoorDash, but...
Oh no, I'm a well-known figure, I can't be out in public, oh no.
Yeah.
God forbid.
No, exactly, I agree. So I think maybe they shouldn't allow that for anybody, but definitely not for R. Kelly. That man's a menace.
So there might be a third update looming on R. Kelly.
There might be if something big happens. If he does die, as he keeps saying that is going to happen, or if he gets his house arrest.
Or if he gets house arrest.
We'll cover it either way with equal enthusiasm. So this is actually kind of an interesting story too. Again, we've talked at length about the beef between Drake and Kendrick, right?
Absolutely.
And well, Drake, I guess, isn't quite ready to let it go because Kendrick was doing.
Kendrick won. He proved it in the Super Bowl. God's sake. Let it go. You lost. Take the L.
Well,
Jesus.
I guess he's doing a victory lap because he did a show up in Canada.
Victory.
Drake's old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Right? And there was a local, maybe a national politician, a Canadian politician up there. I'm gonna try to say his name.
Go ahead. You saw me butcher that French song earlier, so we're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. Jagmeet Singh.
Okay.
He's at the Canadian government in some capacity, and he went to this show that Kendrick put on up there. It was Kendrick, SZA, maybe a couple other people. And Drake got in his feelings a little bit when he saw that this Canadian public figure was going to a Kendrick show, called him out on Instagram, used some pretty harsh words. Now, mind you, these are Canadians we're talking about, so this is about as high as it goes for them. He called him a goof.
Ooh.
Drake, the type of guy to call somebody a goof.
Hard G.
Yeah, he dropped a hard F on him.
That's so ridiculous.
Now, I don't know how a lot of people would respond to that. I'm trying to think of a good an American equivalent, but I don't know who this guy is up there, right? So I couldn't really say, but I couldn't imagine if you called out maybe it would happen, but if a celebrity called out a politician for going to a different celebrity show, I can't imagine the politician apologizing, right? I mean, politicians do like to do those canned apology speeches, but that just seems ridiculous.
Yeah, whatever.
This guy, this Canadian, went another way. He said, he posted on his Instagram story, I went for SZA, not Kendrick. I was born in this city. I love this city. But real talk, I get it. I shouldn't have gone at all. OVO and Drake have lifted up this city and Canada. For me, it'll always be Drake over Kendrick.
What's happening over there?
This is not a serious country. I don't think they're real. I think it's just a psyop.
Just a bunch of goofs.
they're a bunch of goofs. You know, I'm just having a hard time believing that that's a whole thing that's happening.
Has Drake responded?
No, he hasn't even responded. Well, you know how he is. He's gotta eat a tub of Ben & Jerry's and drink a big glass of wine.
I was gonna say, I know how he is. He can't stop talking to me. That's why I'm shocked he hasn't responded.
I need a Max Ween. But there's actually one other thing I'm going to touch on briefly, and it's circles back to football focus, which we kind of overlooked this season.
That's fine.
Or this episode, I should say.
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Say it.
No, I was going to say something silly, but Antonio Brown, who we talked about before, is now wanted on an attempted murder charge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Aaron Hernandez all over.
Allegedly, he shot at somebody at a celebrity boxing event. So $10,000 bond and house arrest. And
that's house arrest again.
Yeah, the house arrest.
He gets house arrest.
Well, he didn't really do anything, though. He attempted to. So it's like,
innocent until proven guilty.
I mean, innocent until something happens, really. Like, what do I have, in attempting to drive recklessly? If I just feel like I might drive recklessly later, I didn't do it. So, Antonio, if you're listening, call in.
Have you considered driving recklessly?
Always a good strategy, I think. I'm a proponent of reckless driving. But my views do not necessarily represent the views of Hillsborough Community College or Talk Radio or Primo Stream or the Weekly Roundup or its producer.
Whichever one of those.
But I think I've rapid fired off a few things, and if we do a music break, we might actually have time to do Showbiz Spotlight. So I'm gonna cede the floor to you, sir.
We might actually have time for both.
I know, it's crazy.
So let's actually do that. Let's go into our third song break. This was a Dustin recommendation. I'm only saying that because I might butcher the names here. But when we come back, Showbiz Spotlight. But first, here is Black Beatles by
Ray Sermon
and Gucci Mane.
Bro, why did you have a hard time reading Black Beatles? It's just two regular words.
No, Black Beatles was fine. It was Ray. I don't know how to pronounce Sermon. Yeah. But anyway, stay tuned. And we're back. What a great song. Sorry for that extra couple seconds of nothing.
Yes.
Sometimes a great song comes to an end and you just need to sit in silence for a little bit.
You need to stew in it. Anyway, Showbiz Spotlight, final segment of the show here. Just enough time, honestly. So I don't really have a lot of news for this segment. This is more of a discussion for the three of us here. So, in lieu of the reboot of the Naked Gun movie with Liam Neeson.
Really?
Yeah. Remember? Liam Neeson is reprising Leslie Nielsen's role. Is it Nielsen?
Yeah.
Role in the Naked Gun reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And then we found out last week after the show that they were making a Spaceballs 2.
Right, yeah, I did see that.
That hopefully is due to come out in 2027 when Mel Brooks?
I think so, from
Mel Brooks,
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. Will be 101 years old, so hopefully he's around to see the movie come to fruition. But I wanted to ask two questions here to the group here. One, were you guys big into these spoof parody movies at all?
I liked Scary Movie. I liked those kind of parody movies.
Okay, I was a big Meet the Spartans guy.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Did you like any of these comedy parody movies, Steven?
Spaceballs.
You like Spaceballs?
Ironically, Spaceball, I actually enjoyed it.
Okay, yeah, because there's Spaceballs, Naked Gun, Airplane was another one.
Did he make Young Frankenstein?
He did make Young Frankenstein.
That one was pretty funny. I liked that
one. That one was pretty funny. A lot of Gene Wilder movies were just funny overall.
Yeah.
Dragonfly, wasn't that a parody of Spider-Man?
I don't know. That sounds like it could be. But another superhero parody was like, I think it was just called Superhero Movie or something.
Yeah.
Right.
That was one.
There was that one. There's Disaster Movie, which I think had Kim Kardashian in it.
Yeah. They made like a, I don't remember what it was called. They made like a college movie or like a high school movie too, like a parody of one of those.
Oh, well, it was like Not Another Teen Movie or something. There was that one. Kevin Hart's in like most of these, which is pretty funny. This is where he got his start. The Scary Movie franchise, and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. So we've had parody movies before, and they've kind of come and gone, and now it looks like they're trying to
bring it back,
resurface for like a third time. Do you think there's a market for these kinds of movies here?
I think there's a market for it if they actually make it funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid they're gonna do like a lot of things do where I don't know, it's too current. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe it always was, but if they're making a bunch of like Twitter jokes and like Reddit jokes, like I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's just if they can write it correctly, and play it right, it can be a banger. If not, like as I said, if you're depending on jokes like that, don't even bother. Just don't bother.
The thing is, I feel like a lot of these movies kind of hug the line of like just barely pissing people off with some of the topics they addressed, and I'll play devil's advocate here. In an era where it seems like people are so quick to like criticize stuff,
jump in a conclusion without knowing.
Are these movies are people just not going to watch these movies?
Yeah, I mean,
or I'm not to cut you off,
no,
or are we now seeing? What did I say? Okay, I'll just say it straight up. Like people are like soft.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like maybe are we at a point where people are realizing that people are too soft and we're getting out of that, or are we still in that era where people are?
I feel like we're between that.
Because you get people, obviously, people are quick to like, I don't like this, it touches on things that I don't think we should joke about. But you're getting a lot more people who call those people out and go, hey, what, like, come on, they're just poking fun.
Yeah.
Are we now seeing like a trend now?
I mean, I'd like to think so, because I mean, you're 100% right. There's a lot of those like really soft people that can't take a joke, but there's also a lot of people who are tired of that.
Yes.
So I think there's probably more people that are tired of it than people that do it, but I think that the people who are soft like that are way more vocal on the internet.
Okay.
Which is obviously not what these studios want to see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you make like some Twitter outrage about it, even if only like 5% of the people that watch the movie are upset, they're going to be like 50% of the people posting about it, and the studio's going to be like, oh my god, what's happening?
Right. Okay. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if I got you guys' answers. Do you think this is a good market for these kind of movies?
I think
because
I don't think we'll know until we do it, honestly. So I think maybe a couple things, depending on if this movie is good, just on its own.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the trailer for the Naked Gun reboot, but what I've heard, people seem to like it.
I've seen it.
It seems apparently it seems to feel just like the old
original.
Movie. Yeah, which is a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, exactly.
There was a second part that I was going to ask. Because I was going to say, because when was the last of these movies to come out? Because I feel like they were big in the 70s and 80s when like Spaceballs and Airplane and
was it in 2016, 2015?
But what movie are you focusing on? Because like you have, like I said, you have that like 70s and 80s era that I'm thinking of, and then when Scary Movie came out, in that whole like Scary Movie Meet the Spartans Disaster Movie, Not Another Superhero, whatever, those were all like late 90s, early 2000s.
I think most of the scary movies were in the 2000s, actually.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I could be wrong there, but yeah, so like 2000s. But like, what was the last?
Like the last actual parody
just like
movie.
Parody kind of spoof movie.
Well, the last Scary Movie came out in 2015, and there is one coming out next year as well.
There is
Wikipedia.
one coming out. Okay, no, you are right. And the Wayne brothers are coming back because they didn't do the last like couple. 2 or 3, I think.
Okay.
I think they did the original 3, and I don't think they were involved after that, but I could be wrong. But yeah, again, another kind of like they're bringing back an old franchise, another old like comedy spoof franchise. So maybe they know something we don't. If you got 3 different franchises essentially coming back,
yeah,
in the next like 2-3 years, like maybe they know something we don't. None of us are part of that focus group.
That's true. If you conduct focus groups, absolutely call in.
100% call in. 100%.
The number is.
There's a slight chance it might not work, but
that's true. There's a very big chance it doesn't work.
I would say probably bet your life that it doesn't work, but call in anyway.
Okay. So that was that. I'll finish out for asking one more question to you guys. When these movies come out, you guys gonna see them? Either one of the 3 or one of all 3, one of the 3?
Yes.
If we're talking Naked Gun, Spaceballs 2, and apparently Scary Movie.
I'll try to watch all 3 of them. I'll try to attempt.
I think I'll probably, at the very least, I'll have to check out Naked Gun because I think Liam Neeson doing like a spoof comedy would be pretty funny.
Mainly you should see that man just in action movies, serious moments.
Yeah, that's true. But that's what Leslie Nielsen did initially. He was he wasn't an action star, but he was like a serious actor.
Oh,
and then when he made the jump to comedy, and people were like, "What is this?" But that like. That disconnect, I think, helped his career.
Yeah, no, probably. I think Liam Neeson has like a lot of gravitas that I think would be really funny if he was just like doing it as a joke, instead of like, I will find you.
I don't know how much comedy stuff he's done.
I think he's done some Family Guy skits. I think he does the voice on some of those.
Yeah. Oh, he was in the Ted movies.
Oh, was he?
He was in one of them, I think.
I think it was the first one.
Maybe the teddy bear is like he's working at like a grocery store. and
Liam Neeson he makes that really awkward like purchase in the line.
There's that. There's an even older thing. It wasn't a movie. It was a commercial, a Super Bowl commercial. And I'm dating myself here. I think when I was in high school or like first stint in college.
So we're talking about like Super Bowl 5, Super Bowl 6?
Absolutely. The world was in black and white. The Wright brothers weren't even a thing. But he did a commercial for Clash of Clans.
Hey, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's him in like a Starbucks. And he's talking about, he's like Liam Neeson, like 52 or whatever, and he's doing like the Taken monologue, but he's directing it at like a player in Clash of Clans, saying like I'm gonna take down your castle. I'm gonna like swarm your town with like soldiers. It's such a funny thing. He's like in a Starbucks. He gets interrupted by like the barista going, "Hey, are you Liam? Are you Liam Neeson?" He's like, "It's Liam," and then it cuts to. It's Clash of Clans, but yeah, he's done some funny stuff.
Yeah, I think he can pull it off. So I'll check that one out for sure. Might check out Scary Movie. I liked those. I haven't seen all of them, but
I haven't either. But I don't think you need. I don't think there's a continuation.
Yeah, in a way to connect, but not to the fullest.
Do I have to see the director's cut? Understand the joke, but yeah, I mean, I might see all 3 of them too. Maybe not when they come out in theaters. I don't know. There's some time.
I feel like for those you're better off waiting a little bit.
Watch them at home, like watch them with like a group of the guys, But yeah, I'll try and touch all those 3. You guys should definitely try and watch all 3 of those movies when they come out, and you should try and watch the Weekly Roundup on YouTube at the Weekly Roundup _1. And this has been this episode. Appreciate you guys coming out. Can't wait to do it again next week. And until then, I don't know. How do you close this out?
Stay classy, Tampa.
All right. Have a good rest of your week.